All right, good morning, folks. It is August 12th, 2024, and we have an important update. A lot's already taken place to start off this week, and we got XRP traders betting on $1.10 XRP by the end of this month. Let's get right on into it, folks. I want to start off here by letting you guys know that Donald Trump is going to be back on X later today. We're going to see if X can handle it or if X crashes. He's going to be getting interviewed by Elon Musk, making his return to X. And his first post on X since August of 2023, when he posted his mugshot, he is back. He posted a little video here about 2 minutes, 30 seconds long. So the former President Trump is back on X, and we'll be watching that one live tonight. Now, also interesting to see here, a little bit of action for our gold. Look at that massive green candle back up to 2,460. Almost flirting with a new all-time high here again for gold. We'll be watching that. Silver back up, pushing towards $28 per ounce. And the broader stock market was back up here today slightly. NASDAQ, S&P 500. Seems like the market's kind of calming down after the most volatile week that we've had all year. But I wanted to show you guys, this is what was on the front page of Market Watch just this morning. Take a look at it. The yen carry trade is a distraction. Stocks have more fundamental problems, says Morgan Stanley's Wilson. Now, this is what I've been saying, right? That, Japan was just the spark that's, lighting a bigger, much bigger fire that is not even close to being put out. It says right here, quote, while it's convenient to blame a technical reversal in a carry trade for the broader equity market correction, we don't think it properly acknowledges a deterioration in the fundamentals that began back in April. Now, don't you love that? This analyst here from Morgan Stanley, after they've been bullish, after they've been saying that the yen carry trade's already over and everything's been okay, he's now reporting, we got an analyst here saying that the fundamentals actually fell apart back in April. Right. And we were watching all the insiders dump and offload, and they've continued to dump and offload up until now. And then the yen carry trade that sparked last Monday brought in the most volatile week that we've seen. And it's part of a global margin call that we also call the liquidity crisis. It's all kind of the same thing. There's different parts of it. And what Japan was the spark that set this thing off. But the global margin call was already underway. Remember, in the crypto space, this started in 2022. First it was Luna, then it was FTX, and we're still going through the bankruptcy filing of Celsius and others, right? Well, as I said, though, in other markets, this is already underway. The delinquency rate on commercial mortgage-backed securities for offices spiked to 8.1% in July, the highest in 11 years. The delinquency rate of office commercial mortgage-backed securities loans has quadrupled in 1.5 years. Delinquencies are currently rising at a faster pace than during the 2008 Great Financial Crisis. A top AAA rated commercial mortgage-backed security experienced a $40 million loss in May for the first time since the 2008 financial crisis. Commercial real estate bankruptcies are coming. How much of that debt, right? How much of that leverage was, related to the yen carry trade? Not all of it, but there definitely was some. And so I was saying it's the spark, but there already was some things in motion. The global margin call had already started. It always happens quicker and faster in crypto. Real estate's a laggard. And then we're seeing the broader equity market had a scare, had a shock. The Fed came out last week and said, don't worry, we got a new buyout program, new buyback program for bonds. Nobody worry. We're going to do $50 billion to get started. And that, along with the speculation that the Fed was going to do emergency rate cuts, saved the day for markets last week. But we are not in the clear. We are not in the clear at all. And folks need to be ready. And I've been saying that I've been hedged with cash for the greater part of a year. I've been still holding my cash, staying liquid for what I believe is these great buying opportunities that have come before us, right? Now, speaking of not being in the clear, we're going to get into the crypto update here. The SEC sends letters to VC funds, including Andreessen Horowitz, Union Square Ventures, over Uniswap. So this is what I've been saying, is that the XRP Ledger just got RAMM. It's on the layer 1 protocol level, completely decentralized. There is no third party. There is no issuer of a smart contract that created the AMM. The AMM was added to the protocol level of the XRP Ledger. So there's no pinch point. There's no pain point for the SEC to come after our AMM and say that, there's some sort of investment contract. This is within the ledger. It's just a function of the technology. There's no, counterparty. There is no pinch point. Whereas in Uniswap issued the contract. They made it public. And I'm not supporting the SEC in this, venture of going after the rest of the space. It's not that I want XRP to be in the clear and go after everybody else. They have plenty of stuff to go after the rest of the space for. They don't need to be going after, and basically just damaging and harming our market any further. We need clarity. But in the meantime, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, the SEC's not stopping. And so this is interesting to see. Uniswap not in the clear, getting issued some, Wells notice and letters. And we also seen this in Tether, getting involved with the Celsius lawsuit. Like I said, we're still going through these bankruptcy filings, and this is where the dirty laundry is really getting aired out in the case of Tether. So Tether's not in the clear. And as I said yesterday, this is part of why I think that the Ripple stablecoin will surpass Tether to be the number one stablecoin by market cap and volume. And then when we look at the XRP Ledger AMM, completely decentralized protocol level, while the rest of these AMMs, they're not in the clear. And so the advantage that these blockchains used to have is now vanishing, and the competitive advantage is now swinging back into the XRP Ledger ecosystem. And we're still asking questions like this from Digital Asset Investor. We have Ripple, which has been tied up in court for years, spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a judge to determine the limitations on selling XRP. XRP now has restrictions on how it can be sold by Ripple, right? But what are the restrictions on the sale of Ethereum by consensus, the Ethereum Foundation, and the Ethereum founders? Where are the Ethereum founders' securities violations? And recall that we have the first ever digital asset securities platform, Prometheum. And which asset did they decide to list first? That's right, Ether. Take a listen.
Why is Prometheum proposing custody Ether as a digital asset security?
The goal is to be able to support the largest and most liquid digital assets. It's been said that Bitcoin is not a security, so then you start from number 2 and go there. Ethereum is number 2, and it's our belief that almost the overwhelming majority of digital assets, obviously everything ex-Bitcoin, is a security.
Why is Prometheum?
Well, someone should check him real quick on that, because we know as a matter of law that XRP is not a security. So he should be fact-checked on that. And I also want to know where he's getting his facts on Ethereum being a security too. Because, is this a conversation that was had with the SEC? How did you guys get approval? You got this new custody platform for custodying digital asset securities. And the first one they choose, he said very simply, Ethereum. Straight to it. So, there's no hesitation like we get from Gary Gensler when he's asked, is ETH a security or not? No hesitation. First digital asset security on our platform, Ether. And the rest of them are securities. Well, that besides XRP. So, once again, we're watching the rest of the space. We warn the rest of the space. We try to say, hey, guys, they're not just coming after us. We're in the way, and we're going to lead the charge. And we're going to win our case because we know the facts about XRP. We know the facts about Ripple. Very clear. They did get caught on a technicality, some institutional sales, little $125 million fine. That's called pay into play. Not a big deal. And now they have clarity. The rest of the space is under that dark, dark cloud. And I think that it's just a matter of the retail market doesn't realize that yet. When you still go into Twitter spaces, when you still look around the rest of the space, they don't understand. They're doing no due diligence on legal clarity of the cryptos that they're investing in. The cryptos that all these other influencers are shilling you, they don't do any due diligence on the legal aspect of it. And many of these tokens probably aren't even securities in and of themselves, but the way that they were issued in launch pads and early insiders shill it to your audience, it's all violations of the securities laws. Anyways, let's talk XRP. Now, today we cross an iconic milestone of 90 million ledgers closed. This is from XRP Scan, and a huge shout out to XRP Scan for tracking everything on chain with the XRP Ledger. Great work, great program, incredible platform that they have. A big thank you to all the network operators, developers, and community. Here's to closing 100 million ledgers. And this is what I love about the XRP Ledger ecosystem. We're all in the clarity on the legal aspect, but now from the Ledger standpoint, we're getting all these additional amendments, but we're doing so in a way that doesn't crash our network. This thing just doesn't go down. It just keeps chugging along. It's like a steam engine that never runs out, right? We just keep chugging along. The train ain't stopping. The train's picking up speed. Now, one thing we're going to talk about here, though, is the XRP Ledger Foundation. What the heck's going on, right? So there's now a proposal. The foundation's changed its name, and they're going to be the Inclusive Foundation. And they're going to include Zahao and a couple other blockchains and be inclusive. Sounds like a mistake to me. I don't like what I see. But it brought up forward this proposal from Matt Rosenden, who used to be at Ripple and an employee at Link2. He was at Ripple for 2.5 years, and he was at Link2 for 1.5 years. You can find it on his LinkedIn. But now he's launched this XRP DAO. He's trying to launch a community-led DAO for XRP holders. And this has been sparked because there's this whole disagreement with the XRP Ledger Foundation. And so this is the guy right here, Matt Rosenden, founder of CapSign. This is his current venture, okay? But he did used to work at Ripple. He was an engineer at Ripple about 2.5 years. Now, the problem with this DAO that he's launching is he's trying to do these tickets. These NFT tickets capped at 4,000 are available for purchase for 50 XRP on September 30th. So basically, he's trying to sell access to this DAO. I don't like it. And then we move on over here, and he says the DAO is meant to launch on the Ethereum virtual machine sidechain, the EVM sidechain first, because there's actual programmability over there. There's no programmability on the XRP Ledger, or very limited programmability, right? So it's hard to run a DAO on the XRP Ledger right now. So he's trying to launch it on the EVM sidechain. And the NFT sales are meant to fund development for a PR and amendment proposal for a DAO support on mainnet, independent from Ripple. And then he also notes that there are many token gated DAOs. And this is because he's getting some, flack from the community, asking him, kind of, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Now, I did see that Matt's going to be interviewed by our good friend Ray Fuentes. So I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be watching that. And I may even reach out to Matt myself and see if he wants to do an interview with me. Because anything in regards to the XRP Ledger and the community and development, I want to make sure that our community's tapped in on. And I tried to break this down and simplify it. So for those that aren't technical, savvy folks, they understand what's happening with our ledger. When folks say, what's happening with our foundation's going away. Yeah, it's being restructured. It's being redone. And I thought that Ryan, who is the creator of the Crossmark wallet, which is an interesting wallet. It's one of the first browser-based wallets. It's kind of like MetaMask, but for the XRP Ledger. So Ryan, he created Crossmark, and I thought that he posed some great questions here on the XRP Ledger Foundation. We need to figure out what happened, to understand what happened, and construct a better mission statement for a future governing body. I agree with this. Before we go build a new foundation and we ask Ripple to send more money to some new foundation or DAO or fund this or that, what the heck happened with this old one? So he has some questions here. How much did Ripple invest in the foundation? I'm very curious of that. And then what happened with that money? How much of the investment was used for infrastructure, and how much was used for overhead? Very good question. How much of the foundation's existing infrastructure is being used to support Zahao? There's, a few of the participants within the foundation that were part of Zahao. We know that, right? We'd say Vin was part of it as well. How much of these resources and infrastructure that was meant to be for the XRP Ledger Foundation is now going towards Zahao, a completely different network? Although, yes, it's kind of part of the XRP Ledger ecosystem. Is the community all wanting to see funds that are intended for the XRP Ledger Foundation go towards Zahao? Is Zahao working towards success? Is Zahao going to be a successful project? All questions that we must ask, and it's completely fair and reasonable to ask. How influential was the Zahao network in the decision to change the foundation structure? What's happening here? Should a future foundation try to support or represent multiple networks? My answer is no. Okay. Support the XRP Ledger in the networks, the bridges that tap in around it. They can have their own foundations. Did the foundation provide any direct financial and non-financial support to projects building on the XRP Ledger? Right? You know, it's a question and criticism of Ripple. Ripple's not giving enough money to the foundation. Ripple's not giving enough money to the projects. Well, we need to know how much money did they give to the foundation, and where did that money go? Did it go to any projects? I didn't see any. Did the foundation, despite controlling a large number of responsibilities, provide any resources to new builders? Good questions. I've seen some. Not much. I've seen some. How many members of the foundation controlled or managed the GitHub account? Were individual repositories controlled by different parties or entities? Outside of Apex, how many events, conferences, seminars, meetups, etc. did the foundation attend or host? Not many. And there wasn't much representation at Apex last year either. Well, that was actually this year. So we have to ask these questions and we have to get critical. Guys, you know, I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to tiptoe around this issue. This is a problem that we have with the foundation, and a foundation that's now trying to steer towards being inclusive, including Zahao. Let's include Evernode. Let's include this. Let's give money to everybody in the space, despite whether or not they have a real business model or a business that turns any profit. Let's just have Ripple give money to everybody. And that's kind of the sentiment that we've been getting from a lot of these developers and validators. And I think it's an absolute joke. And I think they need to be called out on this BS. You don't have a real business. We're not going to fund you. If you can't be funded by your own business and merits, that's business. Welcome to the big leagues. Put your big boy pants on. You don't get bailed out, right? This is the whole problem now with our society, is we just expect to get bailed out. Everybody gets participation trophies. No, absolutely not. You know, and if we will not move forward as a community until we can get on the same page about focusing on the XRP Ledger first. The side chains and this and that, that's all add-ons. But we got to focus on the XRP Ledger first before we can worry about being inclusive. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I'll update you guys further on that as this comes along. I think that it's great that Ryan posed these questions. I'm going to keep applying pressure. I like to hop up in these spaces and ask these validators very direct questions on what's happening, what's going on. And you guys know my open offer. I've told everybody on the XRP Ledger, if you're building real utility on the XRP Ledger, you don't need to pay me to advertise. You don't need to pay me to shill. You can come on my show for free, and I will expose you to my audience with pleasure. Guess how many projects have taken me up on that offer? Maybe a couple. I've got Casino Coin Daniel on. I've got a couple on, right? But it's like these projects, it's another one of my criticisms. The last point that I'll make on this before we move on is these projects, they complain, oh, nobody wants to buy our token. Nobody wants to do this. Nobody's watching us. They spend no money on marketing. They got 3 developers, you know, everybody's huddled up in their basement doing little coding. No marketing. No marketing spend, and you wonder why nobody has eyeballs on you. You have open invites from people like me that say, come on my show. I'll expose you to as many people as I can, and they don't take it. They don't want to do it. Oh, we're just not ready right now. I get answers like this all the time. Like, hey man, come on the show. Let's do it. Yeah, yeah, maybe someday. We're not ready yet. It's like, do you want to grow your project or not? No, they just, some of these guys just want to whine and complain. Ripple, bail me out. It's a joke. Now, as I titled this episode, XRP traders betting on $1.10 XRP by the end of the month. What do these traders know that we don't? Now, this is very interesting, folks. Check it out. CoinDesk is reporting on this one. Traders have locked in over $2 million in XRP $1.10 call options listed on Deribit exchange, the highest across all available maturities. Some market observers opine that this may be due to speculation around an XRP ETF. Oh boy, let's take a look at this article right here from CoinDesk. By the way, I love to see this grayscale advertising all over the place now. Guys, this is it. Wall Street's now advertising for us. I've been seeing them advertise, I think, on Bloomberg and or MarketWatch, maybe both. But this is Wall Street flipping the switch and advertising this space for us. Love to see it. Just it's only a matter of time, too, before we see XRP ETF getting advertised up here. Maybe it'll be BlackRock's, maybe not Grayscale. Well, let's take a look at this article right here from CoinDesk. This is XRP bullish options popularity jump may be due to ETF speculation, observers say. So we look at this platform right here, and you can see right here 4 million calls for $1.10 XRP by the end of this month. These options expire on August 28th. As of writing, XRP $1.10 call option set to expire on August 28th had an open interest of 4.3 million contracts valued at $2.44 million, making it the most favored among all available XRP options on the exchange. Now, this is interesting. I want to hear what you guys have to say. We're going to continue to watch this this XRP because folks are getting confused. Just because XRP hasn't shot up to new all-time high upon the victory, the market is not perceiving this as full clarity. The market is not perceiving this as XRP having legal clarity as not being a security. And they're not perceiving it that Ripple is in the clear to sell XRP. They think that Ripple can't sell XRP to institutions. They're falling for fake news and lies, like the fake news story we shared last week, that the SEC is going to appeal. That's not true. That's not going, it can happen. They can appeal, but they haven't. But a day after that news came out, we get fake news articles that help bring down the price. And now the perception in the market is, oh, well, the SEC is probably going to appeal. Ripple's still not in the clear. That is why XRP hasn't pumped further. Just so everybody's clear, this is just my opinion. You guys can let me know if there's other reasons. I'm sure there'll be some haters in the comments saying that XRP just sucks and it's never going to do anything. That's fine. You can leave that comment. Please leave that comment for me. Really appreciate your participation. But my opinion is that the perception is that Ripple's still not in the clear and they still don't believe that XRP's in the clear. It's like, yeah, XRP got the clarity, but it's not full clarity and the SEC might appeal. So this is why we haven't seen a flood into XRP yet. And after the October 6th date, that deadline for appeal will end. That might be the next date that we need to watch for to see if XRP is going to move after that. And after the market starts to actually perceive that XRP and Ripple are in the clear. Until then, we'll watch this. There's traders right now betting on $1.10 XRP by the end of the month. It's going to be something to watch. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think about that one, and I will, we got another update dropping later today, so make sure you guys have subscribed, hit that notification bell, and everything can be found at ZachRector.com. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.